Sangha with great virtue, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tận tình, vì thứ pháp hồi cấp nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh duyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tốc chứng vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Namo Saranto Suchedo Ye Alahadi San Miao Samputos Ye. Namo Takatha Toya Daya Alahadi Tamil Namo Datoa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jie wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jie wen de shou chi yuan jie ru lai chen shu yi. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Sixth Patriarch, Venerable Shenhua Shami, all good advisors, Amitofo. Chư Phật Bồ Sát Liêu Chủ Chư Phụ Sang Trần, Sa Mỹ Các Vị Sang Trư Sư A Di Đà Phật. Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Lục Tổ, Hòa Thượng Niên Hóa, thầy và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Let's see. Do this. Oops. Okay. Is this look okay on the screen for you?
I guess it's okay. I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Not at this angle.
Move it over a little bit to there.
Just further out.
Huh?
It's supposed to be just back. Yes. Sorry.
Is it helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome everyone. Today is the 14th of April. And we are gathered in Rosemead, California to discuss the Vajra Sutra. We are on slide 501. Let me read the text here to remind you what we are. Shibhuti, a bodhisattva whose mind dwells in dharmas when he gives is like a man who enters darkness who cannot see anything. A bodhisattva whose mind does not dwell in dharmas when he gives is like a man with eyes in the bright sunlight who can see all kinds of forms. So that's what this text is about. It teaches us about the state of bodhisattva, the dharma practice of bodhisattvas. Okay. Dạy đăng đạn bàn về cái phần kinh mà dạy về cách bố thí. Còn Bồ Tát bố thí là sao? Bodhisattvas, when they practice giving, they give without dwelling in any forms. Okay? That's the premise of the practice of giving by Bodhisattvas. Cái Bồ Tát khi mà bố thí thì không trụ vào cái sắc. That's a very important part. Okay, what does it have to do with you? Nếu như có liên quan tới quý vị. Is any of you a Bodhisattva yet? Ai đã đắc Bồ Tát chưa? Please raise your hands. If you're a Bodhisattva, I'd like to know.
Sure.
Okay, for the record, there's no one who raised his or her hands claiming he or she is a Bodhisattva. Okay, very good. That's a good answer. Because when you're a Bodhisattva, you're not supposed to raise your hands. You deny upon your mother's grave that you're not a Bodhisattva, if you're really a Bodhisattva. Okay? On your mother's honor and your father's honor, you would deny that you're a Bodhisattva if you're a Bodhisattva. Now Kim Điền is confused. Thầy hỏi là đây cái phần mà đang dạy Đức Phật dạy ngài tu Bồ đề các phương pháp bố thí của các Bồ Tát. Thì Bồ Tát khi mà bố thí thì Phật nói rằng Bồ Tát mà bố thí thì không có trụ vạc pháp khi mà bố thí. Đó là cái công việc của Bồ Tát. Thầy mới hỏi thì như vậy ngày hôm nay ai là người đã Bồ Tát thì nói cho thầy biết. Nó liên quan tới quý vị. Thì ai mà Bồ Tát giơ tay cho thầy biết để thầy giảng tại sao phải giảng cái phần kinh này. Không ai giơ tay hết. Since none of you are Bodhisattva, we might as well stop right here. Because the rest of the sutra is about Bodhisattvas. The practice of Bodhisattvas. Tại vì không có ai giơ tay hết, ngay thân hương cũng giơ tay nữa. Thầy nói không được. Now I said, since I announced that if none of you is Bodhisattva, the rest of the sutras, and the rest of the sutra is about Bodhisattvas. He's teaching how Bodhisattvas cultivate. And therefore, since you're not Bodhisattvas, it should not concern you at all. We stop right here. And as soon as I said that, Wu Yin and Qin Xiang immediately raised their hands. They said, we are not Bodhisattvas, we are Bodhisattvas to be, they claim.
老师还是要讲，为什么要使我们知道？
为什么你要知道？
要知道说怎么才算是对的。
Okay, so the Chinese complained. They said, Master, you have to keep on talking because even if you're not Bodhisattvas, but we still want to know what's the proper way, the proper Bodhisattva way. I said, very good, madam. You see, the Chinese, the Vietnamese, they're not honest. The two Vietnamese women, they claim they raise their hands right away. As soon as I said, if you're not Bodhisattva, I'm going to stop. They said, I'm Bodhisattva! That's dishonesty. That's no good. Thầy than phiền, thầy nói với người Việt Nam mà mấy cái bà mà giơ tay lên nó nói thầy hâm mà không phải là Bồ Tát, thầy không giảng nữa, thì giơ tay nói con là Bồ Tát, thì mấy người đó là không có thành thật, không có chân thật. Thì Hoa ta nói mặc dầu không phải Bồ Tát thì phải dạy. Tại sao? Tại vì dạy mới biết cái gì đúng, cái là sai. You see, it is so profound right there. Cái đó là cái chiều sâu của Phật giáo. This is the profundity of Buddhism right there. Even if it's not for you, it's not something you can understand yet, you still want to listen to it. Why? Thì cái phần này quan trọng. Là mặc dầu cái trình độ này nó cao hơn trình độ của mình, đây trình độ của Bồ Tát, cái pháp của Bồ Tát, mà tại sao mình phải cần học? Why is that? Because that is the proper behavior. Tại vì cái đó là cách hành động nó đúng đắn nhất mà quý vị có thể có. Even though you don't understand, even though you cannot do it yet, you still need to know what's the proper way to act. Mặc dầu mình chưa đủ trình độ, mặc dầu mình chưa đủ cái hỏa hầu, 虽然是你的火候不够，还是要学习。Mặc dù mình chưa đủ sức, hỏa hầu mình chưa đủ, công lực mình chưa đủ, nhưng mình vẫn muốn học như thường. Tại sao? Tại vì cái này là cái chuyện đúng với chuyện sai. Để biết cái gì đúng với sai. What's important first of all is that you know what's proper and what's improper. Nghe để biết cái gì là đúng, cái gì là sai. Cái đó cực kỳ quan trọng. This is of utmost importance. Is it clear to you? Okay. And number two reason, cái lý do thứ nhì, equally important, không quan trọng không kém, là you have the chance by listening to the principles to plant the proper seeds for your own emancipation in the future. Cái lý do thứ nhì quan trọng á, rất quan trọng á, quan trọng hơn cái việc cái tự tưởng được. This is the second reason is more important you can ever realize, you can ever imagine, is that you actually planting the seeds for your own future liberation. Cái quan trọng thứ nhì là rất quan trọng là quý vị phải trồng cái chủng tử để mà đắc cái giải thoát trong tương lai. Remember the rice you ate today? Vì có nhớ cái đồ gạo, cái cơm cái ăn ngày hôm nay không? You remember that brown rice you ate today is good, right? Joseph, the brown rice is very good, right? My little prince. It's very good, right? It was planted in the past. That now today you got the rice to eat. If someone didn't plant the seeds in the past, today you would have no rice to eat, to enjoy it. Cái cơm gạo mình ăn ngày hôm nay là nhờ trong quá khứ mình đã trồng, con người đã trồng cái chủng tử gạo, trồng cái lúa cho mình ăn rồi. Từ ngày nay mình mới có gạo mà nấu mà ăn. Nếu không ai trồng gạo thì làm sao mà có cơm ăn ngày hôm nay bây giờ? Yes, Joseph. That's right. And someone planted the kernels, Joseph.
And then the farmers pick it and then they put it in the
Thrasher, the thrashing machines, yes. Very good. You see? Very good. You're learning the right stuff from school. It's very good. Keep it up. Make sure you don't skip school. Okay. Yeah. Quý vị nhớ không? Cái chuyện cực kỳ quan trọng. Mình không trồng cái nhân làm sao mình có hai cái quả bây giờ? If you don't plant the seeds today, how are you going to get the fruit down the road? Is it clear? So even if this is the Bodhisattva's Dharma door, we still need to listen to it. Bởi vậy, mặc dầu cái này là cái pháp môn cho Bồ Tát thôi, chúng ta phải cần nghe, cần học. Tại chúng ta đang trồng cái chủng tử để sau này chúng ta thành Bồ Tát. In other words, by listening to this lecture, this particular sutra, these particular principles, you are planting the seeds to become a bodhisattva yourself. If you don't plant right now, you will not become a bodhisattva. Nói cách khác, nếu quý vị không chịu trồng cái chủng tử Bồ Tát thì trong tương lai quý vị không thể nào trồng thành cái Bồ Tát được. Do you understand, Bhante? This is a teacher's job. Đây là cái bổn phận của người thầy. The teacher, in order to help you, needs first to help you plant the seeds for your own emancipation. Cái người con, đây là cái bổn phận của người thầy. Người thầy mà thực sự muốn dạy học trò là phải giúp học trò trồng chủng tử. This is why in Mahayana, the way I learned from my teacher, we are taught to explain the Dharma for you. Bởi vậy, Ngài Tiến Hóa, Ngài dạy các thầy đó, nghĩa là chúng tôi đó, là phải trong tương lai giảng kinh. We are taught, we are given the directive to explain the sutras, to speak the Dharma. Chúng tôi đã được dạy, đã được ra lệnh, Ngài Tiến Hóa ra lệnh chúng tôi là phải nói pháp và phải giảng kinh. Okay, that's why if we don't, you will not be able to plant the seeds. Let me ask you, để hỏi quý vị. Okay. How many places in the world right now where you have a live explanation of the Vajra Sutra? How many countries are there right now where you can come to listen to this particular sutra being explained? Thì xin hỏi quý vị, trong tất cả toàn thế giới này, có bao nhiêu quốc gia quý vị có thể đến để nghe được cái kinh Kim Cang này được giảng? I'm asking you. Please tell me where. Not too many. Why is that? Không bao nhiêu chỗ. Tại sao như vậy? You can hear people listen to people to listen. You can come listen to people explaining, let's say, Amitabha Sutra. Quý vị có thể nghe ta giảng kinh A Di Đà. They can explain. People listen. There are people explaining the Dharma Flower Sutra. Có người đang giảng kinh Pháp Hoa. There are people explaining many different types of sutras, but very few people I know of are able to explain the Vajra Sutra. Rất ít người mà thầy biết được có khả năng mà giảng kinh Kim Cang. Why is that? Tại sao như vậy? Because this Vajra Sutra is a sutra of enlightenment. You plant the seeds for enlightenment. Cái kinh Kim Cang là kinh của giác ngộ. Quý vị đang trồng cái chủng tử để giác ngộ. That's why this morning I said there are only two places in this country right now where Mahayana is. Bây giờ sáng nay thầy mới nói, thầy tuyên bố là trong cái xứ Mỹ này chỉ có 2 chỗ để huấn luyện đại thừa thôi. Thứ nhất là Vạn Vật Thành, thứ nhì là Lưu Sơn Tự. Có 2 chỗ thôi. Okay? You go to a city of 10,000 Buddhas. They teach about Mahayana Sutras. You listen to Master Shin Hua's tape lectures of Mahayana Sutras. Quý vị tới Vạn Vật Thành, quý vị nghe được những cái băng của Ngài Tiến Hóa giảng kinh Đại Thừa. They are treasure, by the way. If you get to listen to his lectures, tape lectures, it's a real treasure. Yes, Joseph.
When you want to grow plants, you need to put seeds in the soil, and then you put the soil back in, and then you pour water, and then it grows.
That's right. So you thinking becoming a farmer yourself? No? You rather be a prince, huh? Very good. You are right again. All right. Okay. Stay in science, okay? That's very good. Okay? So it's a real treasure to listen to Master Hsuan Hua's tape lectures of his sutra explanations are fantastic. Okay? And so that's why I recommend the gentleman in the back to go to CTTB if he has a chance, because it's worthwhile, because it's really a sacred grounds for Buddhism. It's very difficult to get there, by the way. It's very difficult. You get all kinds of obstructions when you try to get there. I had all kinds of obstructions. And then I persevered, that's how I made it there. Okay, and the other place is us. Why? It's not about boasting. Kim Dien is giggling again. He says he's smirking her face every time I talk about myself. Yeah, I know. I can't help become prejudiced about this. Every time I talk about it, we are, Mahayana said. Because we're not boasting. We are explaining a Vajra Sutra. We are explaining Mahayana Sutras. This sutra here we've been explaining this for 1.5 years now. Over 1.5 years. And we're about halfway. That's how detailed we are about explaining the sutra. It's not glossing over it. We take the time to explain it so that you plant the proper seeds. Okay? Thành cái lúc mà thầy nói là quý vị mà có cái duyên mà tới Phạm Ngọc Thành để mà nghe được cái kinh của Ngài Tiên Hóa là một cái đài nhân duyên, một cái đài phước. Đáng tiếc là họ không dịch ra tiếng Việt, chứ quý vị nghe ít người dịch ra tiếng Việt. Đó là cái chuyện còn cái chỗ thứ nhì đó là cái chỗ này. Tại sao như vậy? Mỗi lần thầy nói như vậy thầy muốn hơi ngại thì thầy nghĩ là sợ quý vị nghĩ là mình khoe khoang, mình khoác lác. Thiệt ra là cái vị nghĩ chứ coi mình âm thầm mình giảng kinh, dạng như mình giảng cái kinh Kim Cang là hơn 1 năm rưỡi rồi. Giảng cặn kẽ như vậy. Okay? So far so good? All right. So in 501, so you need, back to slide 501, so you need to understand that when Bodhisattvas practice giving, they don't dwell on forms. Nhớ lại, lời kinh nhắc rằng là khi Bồ Tát mà tu hành cái pháp môn bố thí thì các ngài không có trụ trên cái sắc. Okay? All right. Not dwelling on form, meaning they're not dwelling on anything. They give because they're supposed to give. They don't think about it. Nói cách khác, không trụ trên sắc là sao? Nó tóm lại là khi mình bố thí, mình cho gì đó, thì mình chỉ cho thôi. Mình cần biết là cái gì hết, mình cần suy nghĩ. Tại mình cho như chuyện thông thường, mình cần phải suy nghĩ. You see, ordinary people when they give, for example, they take some money and they put it in the red envelope and they said, is this too much or is it too little? This is like just like when you give a tip. And we go to a restaurant, people ask me, I said, go ahead and pay for the bill. They said, how much should I give for tip? That's all on forms right away, right? Thì ví dụ như mình vào tiệm ăn, mình ăn xong rồi thì nói thôi con đi trả tiền đi. Họ hỏi thầy ngân tích, thường tao hỏi thưa thầy cho bao nhiêu, cái tiền phục bo là bao nhiêu, 10% là 20%. Okay? Cái đó là trụ sắc đó. You are counting. So how much did you give the other day for tips? Yes, Friday. Don't even remember. That's very good. That's not dwelling on forms. Spacey girl. Last Friday, after we went to is it Thursday or Friday? Friday, right? That's Friday. when we went to the Chan Art Gallery. After that, we went. You see, it hurts, right? The legs hurt, right? That's what I mean. The legs hurts. Try to sit still for 2 hours.
I just had the lunch. Still feel full.
Yeah, me too. Either that, or you fall asleep. And I ask, look at that curly hair. So last Friday, after we went to the Chan Art Gallery, somebody suggested very nicely that we go to a restaurant close by, Boiling Point. Is they have the you've been there? You like it, huh? In Torrance? Yeah, in Torrance. They have many places, and they have what is the name for the hot pot? They have hot pots, and they're very good. They're very popular. It's a line, a standing line, and we got in there. We sat down, the 5 of us. We ordered. So I think this guy ordered some kind of Thai or seafood, something like that, huh? That's hot pot. And the rest of us ordered some vegetarian. The 4 of us, the remaining 4, ordered some vegetarian. I told Tex, it's on me because I'm so happy. Yesterday, Friday, I got to see all those things. I'm happy. When I'm happy, I'm generous. That's how men are. thì như thầy kể đó là thứ 6 vừa rồi á, thầy đi viếng cái cái bảo tàng viện đó ở gần đây, ở cách đây có nửa tiếng đồng hồ. Đồ cổ đẹp lắm. Bữa nào là phải tổ chức cái vị đi một chuyến, công trả lắm. Coi mấy cái tượng Phật này nó luôn nữa. Thì thầy xong rồi tới cái tiệm kia tìm kiếm ăn. Thì tìm ăn vừa mặn, phần mặn thì có một cái món chay thôi. Thì một người ông da trắng thì ông kêu thầy nói bữa nay thầy bao, thầy đãi, tại vì thầy thấy được những cái bảo tàng viện quý quá, thầy mừng quá, thầy vui quá, vui tính quá, thầy bảo ăn trưa. Thì ông kêu cái đồ ăn mặn, còn cái 4 người còn lại ăn đồ ăn chay. Okay, and so we brought out, and mine was flaming hot. I don't think Koreans would dare eat flaming hot there. Do you eat flaming hot there, huh, Ginny? Yeah. You too, huh? So I eat a hot pot. It's flaming hot, and they brought it out, and I ate a few spoons. I said, "Wow, this is good." And then Janice told me, "Master, there's meat in here." And the face is, "I have meat in my hot pot." I said, "Oh yeah, really?" I tried. Mine also has meat. Yes, Joseph. Oh, what is that? I can't see either. What is it? What's the picture of? Kim Dien, what's the picture of? Huh? Indians? You didn't see. Yeah, that's teamwork. Yeah, you planting. He's drawing farming, right? Great minds meet. So it tasted good, and then Janice told me Janice has this big grimace in her face and said, "But it's meat in there." I said, "No wonder it tastes so good." So we exchanged it, and I should have been upset, but I was laughing that the Tex was sitting in front of me and said, "Wow, this is fantastic! I got a chance to officially eat meat." eat non-vegetarian, and I cannot be blamed for it because it's not my fault. After 20 years, I tasted meat again.
It still tasted good, didn't it?
It still tasted good.
That's the kicker.
Actually, you ask me, actually it smells a little bit like not as pure as vegetarian. The meat flavor has a certain heaviness that we vegetarians are not used to. When you eat only vegetables, the flavor is lighter. When you add meat to it, the flavor is much heavier, and you ask me, it's like a meat and fish scent. It's not very pleasant for us. Okay. But once you get used to it, then it's no longer that attractive. But I should have been upset, but I was not.
We were having such a good time already.
It doesn't matter. After seeing that art collection, I said nothing matters anymore. I can die now. I'm ready to die and move on. Yeah, I can move on. I'm prepared to die.
You have to crash a car or something.
Yeah. But how much for a tip do you give them? Did you leave? You don't even remember? That's right. Maybe you should have given 0 tip. How much tip should we give in that case? I ask you. I'm telling you the story because I want to ask you a question. Thì kể chuyện cái vị này là sau khi họ đưa đem cái đồ ăn mặn ra thầy ăn, mà thầy không giận tí nào. Tại sao? Thầy cười với ông da trắng, nói là bây giờ thầy có được cơ hội mà chính thức ăn đồ ăn mặn mà không phải lỗi của thầy. Bây giờ thầy hỏi cái chuyện này, thầy hỏi lại là trong trường hợp như vậy, cái vị cho bao nhiêu cái tiền tip? How much you give me? They messed up. Bad.
Yeah, I thought about that.
How much do you give?
Nobody knows.
Cho bao nhiêu? Cho tiền bao nhiêu? I'm asking you. Asking you.
You make a correction right away.
Yeah. How much? How much you give?
15%.
15%. Texas 15%.
Or 20%.
Or 20%. I'm sure Amy is blinking her eyes. I mean, she gave less than that. Yeah? Okay. How about you? 15%? Okay. How about you? How much do you give for a tip after they messed up? For us left home people to give us meat, that's horrible. It's horrible. It's really an offense. It's an insult. 0. See? A man of my own heart. Punish them. Not no respect. Come on. Doesn't matter. When we order vegetarian. We stress vegetarian. There's no reason. It's not a good thing. Yeah, young people. So, anyway, the point here is that I was trying to imitate what the Buddha is explaining about when I offered to pay for lunch. Okay? I should not dwell on forms. Right? So even if they screw up, it doesn't matter. That's not dwelling on forms. At least I pretend not to dwell on forms. Because if I said, they messed up. See, I did it on purpose. If I said on purpose, you see, here's the behavior. You remember behavior? I said, if I Amy, please go pay for lunch, okay? And give them only 10% because they messed up. That's dwelling on forms. If I said, give them 20%, is that dwelling or not dwelling on forms? Kim Di. Now she's smiling again. Yeah? Is it dwelling or not dwelling on forms? Dwelling on forms. Why? You dwell on a number. So what do you do when you're not dwelling on forms? Pass the buck to her. That's not dwelling on forms, right? Agree? You agree? See how clever it is? You enjoy the non-vegetarian food and you don't dwell on forms. And then you have someone else pay for it and you don't care how much they're giving in terms of tips. That's really not dwelling on forms. Right? Very good. Okay. Well, the rest of them have to catch on. Any questions about that? Doesn't matter. You're supposed to pay for lunch, if they mess up lunch, it doesn't matter. That's the first non-dwelling in forms. If they mess up, it doesn't matter. Agree, text or not? It's an insult for the rest of us. It's insulting to serve meat to a monk, which since they don't know, even if they don't know, it's a terrible thing to give them a different dish when you order something else. Okay, professional is no good either. Okay, even if they don't understand if they're non-Buddhist and it's no big deal. Okay, it's not an insult they don't mean to intend to insult the monks. That's okay, but professionally it's unacceptable. Okay. And the main thing is that even with their mistakes, we still enjoy the meal, didn't we?
Yes.
Regardless. All five of us enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the meal, huh, Amy? Yeah, right? Why? Because I didn't make a big deal out of it. If I said, oh, this is horrible. I had 5 spoons of meat broth. This is terrible.
No, it's not as delicious.
Okay, you get that? It's okay. It's okay. It's not dwelling in form means it's okay, no matter what. Nghe hiểu không Kim Điệp? Nghe không? Mình không chấp bất cứ chuyện xảy ra, mình không chấp. Mới ngoài là không chấp vào cái tướng, không chấp vào cái sắc. Okay, Kim Điệp is not impressed. She's not taking any notes. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay. So Chan Master Phổ Diễn is, as I said a couple weeks ago, he's an accomplished Chan master. His level is very high. I occasionally give you tips like that to help you gauge different levels of teachers. This teacher's teaching is very, very high. Yes. Another one, huh? Okay, very good. Very good. Excellent, very creative. He says that cultivation requires detaching from thoughts. Okay, this is what the good teachers say. They get right to the point. They don't beat around the bush. He says, you want to cultivate, okay? Get rid of thoughts. Don't think. That's what it means. Okay? You don't think you're full. You don't think you're sleepy. You don't think it's boring. You don't think it's too difficult to understand. You don't think. Thành ra tấm 501 này thầy nhắc lại. Ngài Phật Nhãn là một cái vị thiền sư trình độ rất là cao. Tại sao gọi là cao? Cái giày, cái giáo huấn của Ngài đó, nó thẳng băng. Thầy nó thẳng vào, đi thẳng vào đề tài ngay lập tức. Thầy nói tu hả? Tu á. Ngừng suy nghĩ. Không nghĩ là đang no, không nghĩ là đang buồn ngủ, không nghĩ là chán, tôi không hiểu gì hết, không nghĩ là tại sao này, nghĩ chuyện này, nghĩ chuyện nọ. Tu là ngừng suy nghĩ. Detaching from thoughts means that don't keep on thinking. Cái người phàm phu quý vị muốn tách rời cái tư tưởng là đừng có suy nghĩ liên miên. In particular, you smart people, you businessmen, you intelligent people, you educated people, don't sit there and assess and judge. That's thinking. Nhất những người quý vị mà có trí thức, có người quý vị có cái kinh nghiệm, quý vị có khéo léo, khôn ngoan, không suy nghĩ là sao? Đừng có ngồi đó mà phán xét. Cái này đúng, cái này sai. Cái này giảng hay, cái này giảng dở. Ok? Phán đoán là đang suy nghĩ. Don't think. Any question? Yes.
Shofu, so if you were to completely stop your thought, do you put an end to all your views and your prejudices?
Absolutely. You put an end to your views, but not your prejudices. Prejudices are much more difficult to deal with. Views are easy to handle, but prejudices are... It's a lot more complicated than you think. You can ever imagine how to undo prejudices. It's so difficult. It is extremely difficult. Và câu hỏi là khi mình không suy nghĩ, có nghĩa là mình chặt cái kiến mới thành kiến. Tôi nói đúng. Mà khi mà quý vị không suy nghĩ là quý vị gạt bỏ những cái kiến, những cái thành kiến chưa chắc gạt bỏ được. Cái thành kiến nó rất là khó, cực kỳ là khó. Okay? Okay, prejudices are 成见. Views are 见. Prejudices are 成见. Okay? The 成见 is very difficult to undo. Extremely difficult. Why? Because your prejudices come from many lifetimes. We're talking about hundreds or thousands of millions of lifetimes that these prejudices are formed. Quý vị biết không, cái thành kiến đó, nó rất là khó mà đối phó nó, giải quyết nó, là tại vì cái thành kiến nó không phải một kiếp đâu, nó có cả vạn kiếp, cả trăm vạn kiếp, cả trăm triệu kiếp, nó từ đó nó hẳn. For millions of lifetimes, you've been holding these prejudices. That's why it's so difficult to undo. Okay? And that's why we talked about lunch. At lunch, we explained to a new gentleman, he says, I want to go to this place, go to that place. And because I want to listen to it, and as long as I know I shouldn't take it seriously, and I should be okay. You are creating conditions to form prejudices by listening to the wrong stuff. You understand that? It's extremely dangerous, a lot more dangerous you think. It's dangerous because you think you can handle it. Tại hồi trưa Thầy đơn giản nói chuyện trưa thì có cái ông mới tới chùa, ông nói là ông để ở đây, tính ở đây là một tháng để tu thiền thất. Ông nói bây giờ tôi muốn đi cái chỗ khác, thì nói không nên tới mấy chỗ đó không tốt đâu. Nói không sao đâu. Ông nói tôi tới đó nhưng đều tôi không sợ, tại vì tôi biết là cái chỗ tôi không cần, tôi cần để ý, tôi đề phòng. Thầy mới nói là ông biết mỗi lần mà ông đi như vậy tới mấy chỗ như vậy là ông đang tạo cái cơ hội để mà lập những cái thành kiến mà không biết. Cái thành kiến nó nguy hiểm tại vì mình nghĩ thì mình có thể, mình nghĩ nó không nguy hiểm. Prejudices, trận chiên, cái thành kiến nó nguy hiểm tại vì mình nghĩ nó không nguy hiểm. It is dangerous because we think they're not dangerous. That's why they're so dangerous. Cái thành kiến rất nguy hiểm tại vì quý vị nghĩ là quý vị nó không nguy hiểm. Okay? Yes. That's right. Okay? Give you an example of a prejudice. That's very dangerous. Nói quý vị nghe. Một cái thành kiến, ví dụ một cái thành kiến rất nguy hiểm. I'm going Southeast Asia. Vì thầy sắp đi Đông Nam Á rồi. Thành thầy nhớ về cái chuyện này. I remember there are lots of mosquitoes in Southeast Asia. Bên kia nó có nhiều muỗi lắm. Right? See, Bante is laughing already. And what do you do when a mosquito come and bite you? Right? And that's a prejudice right here. That's a prejudice. You squash it. That's a prejudice. And you act upon it immediately. And why is it dangerous? You're creating killing karmas. Now you have mosquitoes going after you the rest of your journey until Buddhahood. Just a simple act like this. You kill one mosquito and kill 2 mosquitoes, 3 mosquitoes. Lifetime after lifetime. That's a prejudice. Nghĩ chứ coi, mình đi shop Đông Nam Á rồi bên kia mà gặp con muỗi tới nó cắn mình làm gì? Mình lấy cái tay mình tập cái púp giết con muỗi. Từ cái thành kiến nó có cái hành động như vậy. Và cái thành kiến nó từ kiếp này có kiếp khác rồi. Okay? And you know, after you dead, you fall to the animal realm. You become a buffalo. Sau khi quý vị chết, mà giết bụi gì quá như vậy, what happened? You kill a lot of these mosquitoes and these flies. When I was younger, I loved to get those, those squatters, fly squatters in Vietnam. They have these plastic things. In Korea too, I believe. And you right? Flies. China too, right? Lots of it, right?
I use catch fly and fly.
You that fast, huh?
I stop that.
Oh, you very that fast. This guy has spiritual power. He gets very fast. He can catch a fly. Okay?
I stop. I quit.
Okay. But when I was younger, I would love to get those fly smashers and his blood everywhere. See, Bhante knows what I'm talking about. He's such a cruel monk. No, it is a habit for us Southeast Asians. You know that? Killing mosquitoes, killing flies is what we do normally. Why? Because they're unbearable. They're everywhere.
Encourage you to do that.
Yeah, it's
Even government encourage.
Yeah, they encourage you because it's not sanitary, right?
Right.
In Korea too? Oh my God, I thought you were advanced.
What?
You're a more civilized country. No.
So we spray.
You spray now. She says, Jeannie says, in Korea we spray them to death. How civilized. And you kill this thing, your killing instinct will make you fall to the animal realm. Sau khi mình giết như vậy rồi, giết muỗi, giết ruồi như vậy rồi, thì vì tạo cái tạp khí, sau này chết sẽ thành con trâu. You become a buffalo. Okay? And you know what buffaloes do?
Run like hell.
Yeah, they take the tail and they. You ever see that? I was in Vietnam. I drove in Vietnam. It goes like this and like this all the time. They say, "Go away, go away." You don't know, you can't hear it, but they say, "Go away, leave me alone." Do they leave them alone? Those flies and mosquitoes? Never. So the buffalo. Cái này quý vị không biết, tại quý vị sinh ở Việt Nam như thầy, sinh trưởng Việt Nam, thầy quý vị mới nhớ được. Lúc mà mấy con trâu mà thầy thấy bên Việt Nam á, là cái đuôi nó cứ quay tới, nó đuổi mấy con ruồi, con muỗi hoài à. Ok, rồi muỗi nó cắn xong con trâu nó đuổi. You know what happened? See, you foreigners don't understand, don't appreciate the problem for buffaloes in Southeast Asia. The mosquitoes, they bite them in where it's softest. You know where it is? Kim Điên mất vui hết. Kim Điên is laughing. Thầy kể chuyện cái gì mà sống mấy người ngoại quốc không biết cái chuyện này, chứ bên Việt Nam á, thầy thấy mấy con trâu nó bị muỗi ruồi nó cắn, là biết nó cắn ở đâu không? Cô Kim Điên cứ cười khúc khích. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? See, these foreigners, I mean these white people, they don't know what we're talking about. It's a real torture. They bite you where your skin is thinnest and most sensitive. So they have to go like this. They have to go like this constantly because it's unbearable. And that's why you develop, yeah. Kinh hoàng.
Một đêm mình ở cái xứ nhỏ chút xíu thôi, có một cái phòng ngủ gì thôi. Một đêm mình xịt cái mũi, xịt cái thuốc, xịt cái mũi gì thôi. Sáng sớm mình ở quét một cái, nguyên một tô mũi.
Dễ sợ. And she says, yes sir. She says that in a part in Vietnam, he says, this is incredible. He says the part in Vietnam, particular area of Vietnam, which I'm not going to ever, is that now they've become a monk. Say at night, she sprayed these things, this small area to protect herself, okay, against mosquitoes. The mosquitoes in that area of Vietnam is unbearable. In the morning, when there's light, you can see that mosquitoes as many as that can fill up a bowl of dead mosquitoes from your spraying. Mosquito what? Koi? What is? Oil. Oh, I see. Yeah. It doesn't kill. And this chases them away, right? Yeah. It's not the same. So you see, when you become a buffalo, you go like this because they attack you, okay? And then you say, damn mosquitoes, I wish I could kill them. So when you become a man again, the human realm, that's why you go after mosquitoes. You can't wait. See the vicious circle? You kill mosquitoes, you fall down and become buffaloes. Buffaloes, damn mosquitoes, I wish I could kill them. So when you become a man, you kill mosquitoes. And that's you fall again. That's a vicious cycle. That's why, Ginny, we're still here. We're here and then we go down, become buffaloes, and come up. It's called reincarnation. Okay? Isn't that scary? 究竟要停啊，你要停止，不要再杀那个 mosquito 是什么？蚊子啊，对不对？
我杀了很多蚂蚁。
蚂蚁可以杀。
蚂蚁有灵性，更不该杀。I say the ants are even
Yeah. So the point here is you have these prejudices that you form over many lifetimes. That's why it's very difficult to undo. That's why I'm trying to prove to you. Okay? Prejudices are very, very difficult. Yeah. They're smart. Yeah. Yeah, don't kill them. I agree. Don't kill. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Khổ quá ha, khổ vậy sao? Tỉnh quen rồi. So, back to slide 501. Not only you have thoughts, actually there's special kinds of thoughts. That's why you have thoughts. Emotional thoughts. Cái loại tư tưởng này rất là khó mà bỏ, là cái loại tư tưởng mà tình cảm, chẳng hạn những tư tưởng nổi giận. Okay? What are emotional thoughts? Thoughts of anger. Thoughts of disapproval. Tư tưởng giận, tư tưởng khinh bỉ, tư tưởng chê bai. Okay, Roberta? Thoughts of disapproval. That's not right. That's emotional thoughts. Very difficult to deal with. It comes up naturally, effortlessly. Those damn aliens. I'm faced with that constantly when I first came to the U.S. These damn retarded immigrants. Emotional. Emotions generates thoughts. That's what they call emotional thoughts. Cái tư tưởng mà từ cái tư tưởng mà cảm, từ tình cảm là tại cái tình cảm nó tạo cái tư tưởng. Yes.
Is most thought like that, or is there what kind of thought is not like that?
Most thoughts are like that. They originate from your emotions. The wording master phổ diễn is extremely important. Cái câu hỏi là không phải tất cả những tư tưởng từ những cái tình cảm này thành ra đúng. Đa số tình cảm, cái tư tưởng đều từ tình cảm nó ra, đại đa số. Bởi vậy thầy mới nói là cái ngài Phật nhãn, thiền sư Phật nhãn này rất là trình độ rất là cao. Ngài cái sự mô tả của ngài nó rất là chính xác. That's why I started with saying Master Phổ Diễn is a very high level Chan master. He's very accurate. Your emotions generate thoughts. For example, you don't like someone, okay? That generates thoughts of disapproval immediately. She's wrong. Oh my God. She's so wrong. I knew it. Sounds familiar? 3 thoughts. Immediately, as soon as you disapprove, your emotion arise, you don't like someone, you're offended, you have 3 thoughts immediately. And you don't stop there, do you? Get her. Emotional thought. Okay? And understand that there is no objective world. Master Phổ Diễn said, because your emotional thoughts are the result of your reaction to the external world. mình có những tư tưởng, tình cảm nó khuấy động những cái tư tưởng, mà cái tình cảm nó khởi ra tại vì cái thế giới bên ngoài. Okay, that's why meditation for Yen teaches you go back, don't stay outside, go back inside where you're safer. Bởi vì cái thiền á là mình học thiền như tu thiền gì, mình thay mình chuyên môn mình chạy ra ngoài đó. You see, ordinary people they go outside and interact with the external world, and they get emotional about the interaction. When they interact with the world, you get emotional. Okay? And that's why they can't stop thinking. Meditation, we go back inside ourselves. We don't go out anymore. We go back inside and we isolate ourselves. Okay? That's meaning there's no objective world. Don't look outside anymore. That's what it means. Okay? Don't go outside anymore. That's how you protect yourself. Or when you go outside, just like me, you serve me meat. Oh, it's great. You serve me non-vegetarian. I think it's okay. You serve vegetarian, it's okay. There's no outside world. So next thing you text it. The next master is going to say, "So you're going to eat meat again?" I said, "Yes." When I don't mean to eat it. But I'm offended.
Oh, it's still going on about this.
Because I'm offended. I'm emotional about it. Okay, got that? So cultivation is first of all go back inside, no outside world. Go inside. Meditation, go back inside. Okay? And when the legs hurt, you say, I'm not going to get emotional about my pain. Because when your legs hurt, when you go back inside, your leg hurt, you say, that's getting emotional. Cái ông này mới tới, mấy ông tội lắm. Mấy người mới tới mà chùa, 3 giờ ngồi khoảng những nửa tiếng là chân nó chịu không nổi rồi. Thành ra thầy mới kể nói là quý vị muốn học thiền, ông đang tới muốn học thiền 1 tháng luôn. Thầy mới nói muốn học thiền thầy chịu khó ngồi. Mình ngồi thiền tức là mình đi vào trong, mình không chạy ra ngoài nữa. Thì khi mình vào trong rồi thì bắt đầu cái chân nó đau, mình nhúc nhích á, tức có nghĩa là mình đang có cảm giác, mình có cảm tình, mình khó chịu. Đó là tập thấy thiền dễ sợ không? Vào trong rồi là phải chịu đựng cái đau chân, không nhúc nhích, vẫn bị tình cảm như thế. Cái tình cảm bắt mình suy nghĩ. See, your emotion, your feelings create thoughts. Yes. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Yes, Janice. Okay. Your emotions create thoughts. Okay. Any other questions? Next, 502. There's an anecdote. Có một cái câu chuyện, có một cái công án. There's a monk who specializes in keeping Buddhist precepts, and he keeps them very purely all of his life. Okay, có một cái câu chuyện ở cái tấm 502. Có một cái vị sư đó chuyên môn tu về cái giới luật, và giữ giới luật rất là nghiêm túc cả cuộc đời luôn. And once he was walking at night and stepped on something. He fell stepped on something. Một buổi tối đó ông đi thì ban đêm đó thì ông thấy là mình đang dậm trên một cái gì đó. And he made a squishing sound. And he imagined stepped on egg-bearing frog. Thì khi mà dẫm như vậy thì có một cái âm thanh giống như là cái đồ gì nó bị dập nát vậy đó. Thì ông mới tưởng tượng đó là mình đang dẫm đạp lên một cái một cái con cóc mà nó có trứng. And this thought, of stepping on an egg-bearing frog caused him great grief and anguish. Thành vì có cái tư tưởng là mình đang dẫm lên con cóc mà nó có trứng đó, thì ông cực kỳ là khổ tâm. And because he violated the killing precept, tại vì rất khổ tâm, tại vì mình đã vô tình mà sát sinh, phạm vi giới sát sinh. And that night, that poor monk dreamt of 100 frogs coming to claim his life. Thì tối đó cái ông sư đó mới mơ thấy 100 con cóc tới đòi cái mạng, đòi bồi thường cái mạng. Okay, and the monk was terribly upset. Thì ông sư đó rất là phiền não. And so when the morning came, khi mà trời rạng sáng rồi, he came back to the scene of crime, and he saw what he stepped on was an overripe eggplant. Thì ông trở lại cái chỗ mà dẫm đó mới thấy rằng cái đồ mình dập lên đó là thiệt ra chỉ là một cái bầu, phải không? Eggplant là gì? Cái gì? Cái cà chín. Đó. And at that very moment, at that very moment of that discovery, all his anguish stopped. Thì ngay lúc đó thì cái ông sư này, những cái phiền não nó ngừng lại ngay lập tức. And that's when the first time he realized the meaning of the say no objective world. Lúc đó mới giác ngộ được cái ý nghĩa của cái câu không có cái thế giới bên ngoài. Okay, and he finally knew how to cultivate. Lúc đó mới hiểu cái cách mà tu hành, tu luyện. Questions? Yes.
No objective word. Sorry, I don't know the interpretation. What that means?
Objective meaning 所. Objective 所有的世界，外边的世界。能所，能是你自己的能力的能。所是所造作的所。没有所的世界。The Chinese is extremely precise. 能所的观念，听得懂吗？The Chinese is very, very precise. There's no way to express in English yet. 能所 You understand in Korean or not? 能 is you. You're capable of. The self is capable of everything. The Chinese, there's a concept of 能所. Okay? In the Chinese, a concept of subjective and objective. Subjective is capable. Actually, subjective is a translation from 能 meaning capable. Okay? The subjective capable meaning that you're capable of anything. You're capable of anything, including becoming Buddhahood or becoming the most evil demon in the world. You're capable of being anything or doing anything as long as you put your mind to it. That's 能. Okay? That's a very Buddhist concept. 能. I don't know if they have the concept in Pali or not. No, 能 meaning the subject. This is a very profound Buddhist concept that very people understand or people want to explain it. 能, the subject is the person who's capable of limitless things, limitless tasks. It's the 能. The self we are is capable of achieving anything at all. Cái năng dễ sợ, những quan niệm rất là quan trọng trong Phật giáo. Năng là cái khả năng có thể tạo thành bất cứ cái gì, có thể thành Phật, có thể thành Đại Ma, cũng là một năng đó thôi. It's the same soul, the same nẫn who's capable of becoming Buddha and also one instant become the biggest evil. Just like that. That's the nẫn. Okay? Sủa, meaning that the nẫn creates the sủa. 所有的 Okay? The objective world is actually comes from a Chinese, which means you actually create it. You create your world. Okay? Is it clear? These concepts are very important in Buddhism. The very people who explain it. Ít người giảng về cái quan niệm, tại vì quan niệm nó rất là thâm sâu. Cái sở là cái mình tạo được. Mình tạo cái thế giới của mình. In other words, we create our own objective world. The world you live in is from your own creation. It's very profound. Okay? Cái thế giới mà sở là cái thế giới mà quý vị sở hữu đó, sở hữu là cái vị tự tạo đấy. Okay? Thế giới chúng ta đang sống đó là cái thế giới mà quý vị đã tạo ra, đã tự tạo ra. Nó dễ sợ như vậy đó. You know, it is impossible for you to understand it right now, but the nẫn, the sủa is very long evolution. Cái sở này là cái nó biến chuyển từ lâu rồi, từ triệu a tăng kỳ kiếp. It takes from asamkhya kalpas for it to become this way. Okay? That's what it means. It's very profound concept. The objective world is the one that you created. That's why when you cultivate, when you reach a certain level, you start creating your own world, your own Buddha land, in order to help others. The world you're creating right now is to help yourself. We all take part. See, Ginny wants to be, she has affinity to Korea, therefore she creates her part of the Korean culture, you know. I happen to like Chinese, therefore I create my part of Chinese, okay. And Roberta, she loves the Vietnamese food, so that's why she created her part of the Vietnamese, you know, the Vietnamese flavors. Believe it or not. Okay, so we all take part in intertwine together and build together this world. That's called Sutra. Our common Sutra is this world. See that? That's why we came here, because we were drawn here by all these attachments we all have. Okay? That's Sutra. That's the subjective world. The objective world, that came together because each one of us has our own inclinations. Okay? So, this guy here, this monk here, he's, yes?
Do you mean S-O-U-L?
No, this is Chinese, Suo.
Oh, with the soul.
No, it's a Chinese word.
It's a Chinese word. Vietnamese is sở. You got it better? Sở. You Vietnamese girl. Doesn't matter. Remember, we planted the seeds. It doesn't matter. Eventually, you become full-fledged Vietnamese. Right now, you've got a half and half. You know, half Caucasian, half Vietnamese. You may have an exterior of a Caucasian, but you love the Vietnamese food so much. You know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, so eventually next lifetime, you come back and you become full-fledged Vietnamese. And you say, I'm Vietnamese, but I like Caucasian culture. See, that's the other half that's manifesting. This is the soul. This is the objective world you're creating by your preferences. Okay? Or your dislikes. Okay? So someone might say, I have children, I hate children. So in the future, I never had children. So in the future, you become childless. And then you become attracted to people who have children. Because you miss having children. Deep down in your heart. That's the objective world again. It's a mess. It's nonsense. You see that? It makes no sense at all. You cannot make up your mind. You can't make up a mind whether I should have no children or should have children. That's the nature of the confusion. We can't. There's always a mixed bag. And that's the objective world. So the objective world, yes, question.
So just a question about a practical question. If we have to be engaged with the objective world, doing things, and then we have these emotional reactions that are generating a lot of thoughts, how practically do we stay engaged and get things done, but yet come within or stay inside?
Stay inside?
Well, I guess we should stay inside, say, just by focusing on the navel or trying to not...
No. It's only the first step is to go inside. After you understand, then you can go outside. There's no reason to stay inside once you understand. Once you understand, there's no inside, no outside. Just because you don't understand, that's why you still need to differentiate between inside and outside. But once you understand, once you have true wisdom, there's no more inside, there's no more outside. Sounds good? Okay. And you'll be liberated. You no more inside. There's no more nang, there's no more so. It's only one. Yeah? There's an end to this madness. It's a good question. Yes, you have to go at it. At least right now, you need to learn there's an inside and outside, and you need to differentiate the two because it gives you clarity of perception. But once you really have true wisdom, then you're free. You don't need to distinguish anymore. Okay? All right. So what happened is you have to understand the problem of this monk. His entire life, he makes no mistakes. In particular, killing others is something he would not ever do on purpose. And he is walking around and stepping on what he thought to be a frog. And it will destroy his entire world. Okay? Only because of his confusion. You understand the meaning of the story now? Because of his own confusion, he thought by stepping on an eggplant, a ripe eggplant, he thought it was a frog. He imagined to be a frog. He imagined the outside world, the objective world. Is it clear? You get it? The objective world is by his own creation, his mind. He says, I stepped on a frog. That's why he's so unhappy. When he realizes no frog there, it's only an eggplant that disappeared. So he realized that if he discovered a true frog there, he'd be destroyed his entire life. It's still his external world. He created his own misery. Okay? It's all your imagination. Your misery, your afflictions is from here. It's nowhere else. It doesn't come from outside. Whatever happens outside, you interpret it, you make it your own. You get afflicted because your interpretation, because you're thinking. Is it clear? Quý vị thấy không? Cái ông sư này á, ông giữ cái giới rất là thanh tịnh. Thành khi mà ông dậm lên mà cái sụt một cái như vậy, nghe tiếng sụt một cái như vậy, cái ông sợ, ông nói trời ơi, tôi mới giết cái con cóc. Ông tưởng tượng con cóc. Thành cái thế giới bên ngoài mà ông tưởng tượng đó, cái con cóc đó là cái tưởng tượng của ông, chứ không phải cái thực sự nó có. Thành cái câu chuyện nó có ý, nó rất là thâm sâu. Cái thế giới bên ngoài chúng ta có đó là mình tự tạo ra, rồi mình tự tạo ra thành mình tự tạo cái phiền não cho mình. Tại mình có cái phản ứng với cái thế giới bên ngoài. You see? You react to your own imagination of the external world. It's not there. Why is that? Someone, you like this person, and then the next, your neighbor, your best friend hates that person. It's the same exact person. Why is it two different interpretations? Okay? One same person, and yet one person likes the other, your best friend dislikes her. Why is that? It's up here. You imagine it. You place a value on it. You react to it. That's all you do. That's why you become miserable. You understand? I could have been, I started by giving you a joke relating to the fact we came and ordered some meat at the restaurant. I ordered vegetarian and brought out meat. Okay? It's the external world. You understand that? External world. It's there, but I don't need to be afflicted. I don't need to have an emotional reaction to it. Yes?
Can this be, if I see the other way, can I utilize this situation? For example, I imagine a good world, a good place.
Yes.
Everything's good.
Right.
And make me feel real good.
Okay.
Make progress.
Right. Okay, let me give you an example.
Use it. I'm not saying attach it, but use it. It's okay.
Yeah. Let's give you an example. Shall we use an example? Let's say that you love your wife. You married?
No.
You're not married. Oh, you lucky man. Okay. You think I'm kidding? Huh, Ginny? You don't know how lucky you are. Yeah, you don't know how lucky you are.
Actually, I know. I know many families has some or other trouble.
Bondage. This bondage. This guy is having a hard time. See, he's offended by that. Marriage is bondage. Yeah. Why? Because then you have to have babies. And babies are worse bondages. Okay? Please listen. I'm not against children, but think about children. You have to take care of them. You can't go anywhere. You go anywhere, you feel guilty. At least mothers feel guilty. Men, husbands don't. You see that? It's the same thing. Remember I just talked about when you neglect your children, the husband says, it's okay. But the wife says, oh no, this is terrible. Right? Same exact thing. Husband don't feel anything. Right? Talk to your husband. We have no feelings. You're the one who feel guilty all the time. We have no guilt. You understand it? It's all your own affliction. You choose to be afflicted for no rhyme or reason. If you ask us men look at, so what? If the boy is hungry, he'll find something to eat. Okay, so what was the question again? Yes. Yeah, what was your question again? I want to make sure I answer your question. Yeah. So anyway, this example, this anecdote is very, very profound because for your level, you need to understand that you choose to be afflicted. No one is forcing you to be afflicted because you react to the outside world and you choose to be afflicted. I give an example of the luncheon where they gave me meat, a non-vegetarian dish. I chose not to be afflicted. That's the difference. Okay? So his question here, he says, can I imagine a world where I'm happy, I'm always happy? Right? It's a very good question. Yeah. Does that world involve children and women or not? I'm baiting him. I hope he understands English. Does that world, your world where you're happy, does it involve women and children? No, he says no. Yes?
For example,
Yes.
I do this meditation exercise, one after another, right? Actually, for example, I imagine after I go certain time, my life will get easier. For example, looking for a job easier, or find a way don't need to do that at all. For example, imagine that way, and maybe it happens that way. Just give you example. Is that possible?
You daydreaming. Forget it. Okay, here's my point. If you say that you choose to only look at the bright side, then you're just as confused.
If I choose to look at the bright side,
Yeah, on the good side only, you're just as confused.
excuse.
You're just as 迷昧的，你还是很迷昧的。Right?
So that's not good idea.
It's not good either. It's just the other extreme. Why do it have to be good? It's just the way it is. It's no good or bad. Okay? Hôm nay có người hỏi về trên nếu như mà tôi chọn sống, tôi nhìn tất cả mọi chuyện đều vui vẻ, đều tốt đẹp hết, cái nào tốt là xấu. Thì nói như vậy nó đâu có khác gì cái xấu. Mình chọn nhìn cái tốt không, mình cũng là mê muội. Mình nhìn cái xấu không, mình cũng là mê muội. Mình chọn phiền não, mình cũng mê muội. Mình chọn sung sướng, mình cũng là mê muội thôi. Đâu có khác gì đâu. Yes.
Yeah, but I had a time many years ago. I had an extremely difficulty in my life.
Yes.
And that's how I survived to today and make a little better. Just by then I imagine the future will be better.
Yes.
Work on. Actually, it becomes better. For example, it may not be by my imagination, but my imagination simply
It isn't.
prevented me.
It isn't. It isn't. I have good news for you. It's not your imagination. It's not.
It just helped me don't go to
That's
any
right.
extreme. That's all.
What he just talked about is so important. Ông mới nói cái chuyện hay. Ông nói là lúc trước á, cái đời tôi nó khổ sở lắm. Nó cực khổ, nó đau khổ với sợ. Sao mà tôi không biết làm sao mà tôi sống được tới ngày hôm nay. Mà cách tôi sống một cách là tôi tưởng tượng là trong tương lai nó sẽ tốt, từ từ nó sẽ đốt, từ từ nó sẽ đốt, từ từ. Thì tôi nói cái chuyện này rất là đúng. Cái đó không phải cái tưởng tượng của ông đâu. Cái đó sự thật nó như vậy. Why is it not his imagination? Because what we just talked about here, this one here, objective world, okay? This, I don't know how to deal with this. Okay. No objective world. This is what I'm talking about. 无所, no outside world. What happened is that the outside world is only a reflection of your mind. Mình nói nên cả ngày rồi thì thầy nói thì biết. Tại cô còn đang ngủ thầy nói em yên tâm sợ cô em hiểu. Cái thế giới bên ngoài nó chỉ phản ảnh tâm của mình. The outside world is only a reflection of your mind. That's all there is. No more than that. Therefore, when your mind, when you were in trouble, okay, and you said, no, yes, in trouble right now, but I see my world is better than this. So you're creating a world where it's constantly improving. Or you could do it like the regular person who said, oh my God, it is so bad. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to live anymore. And that's the only difference. It's the same world. They choose to fall and feel bad, worse about it, until they can't take it anymore. Whereas you could choose to say, it's bad right now, it will improve, will get better, I will find one I love, and fall in love, and have a lot of children, and be happy ever, merrily happy ever after, all those things. You choose to go in that direction, the world will become like that. Because you choose. It's all your choices. And I know it's hard for you to believe that you can turn the situation. Because I'm telling you, if you somewhere in the back of your mind, you said, it's so bad. Yes, it will get better, but actually in the back of your mind you said, no. Your mouth is saying, yes, it will get better, but your back of your mind, no, it's not possible. You don't believe it. It will never improve. Think about it. You truly believe that it will improve. That's why it improved. If you really had a doubt back then, you said, this is so bad. Things has to get better. But actually you don't believe it's going to get better, it will never get better. Okay? That's the difference. We're talking about lifestyles. Okay? This is very important. Okay? Your beliefs will bring in either make you happy or very unhappy. No one else can do it for you. You create that happiness yourself. Not your husband, not your children. Okay? It's you. Do you know that? That is the objective world we're talking about. Okay? I give you an example. Give you an example. Okay? If no matter how bad the situation is, like this gentleman, he says it's very bad. It's so hopeless. It is so painful. Okay? And yet, you say, it will get better. And by that strength of his belief, it will get better. Because for that thought of improvement, of goodness, he would draw the goodness energy to him. Whereas if you keep on thinking negative thoughts here, you draw negative energy to you, the situation will not get better. You understand that? This is very important. It's very important. It's a test. I call it a test of your faith. Cái này là cái vị biết không, cái này rất cái chiều sâu xa của sự thật. Mặc dù tình trạng nó xấu như chừng nào mà cái vị cứ nghĩ rằng như ông này nó tệ, tình trạng nó rất là tệ, rất là xấu, rất là đau khổ, mà nói một ngày đó nào đó nó thật sự nó sẽ đổi, nó sẽ tốt. Ông thực sự tin như vậy thì nó kéo tới cái lực mà thiện nó tới, tốt đẹp nó tới, nó chiêu nó theo tới. Okay. Giống như cái đèn nó rọi thì người ta thấy cái ánh sáng nó tới, cái đèn nó đem cái tốt tới. Còn ngược lại nếu cái tâm cái vị đen tối thì cái vị nó càng ngày càng đen, nó xứng đáng, nó quá khổ này. Thì càng ngày cái lực mà nó bị thu hút. You yourself draw the energy. Whether it's good, your good thoughts draw good energy, your bad thoughts draw bad energy. So for example, if you live your life resolving to do good, then you find good things in life. If you live your life saying, I'm going to take care of myself only, I don't give a damn about anyone else, it's a negative thoughts, right? You will be unhappy. It's that simple. You create your own outside world, objective world, through your own lenses. You choose to see only bad things or you choose to see good things. That's your choice. Is it clear? This is a secret in life. So when you teach children, when you have children, you need to teach them to be positive. Don't give them your negative outlooks. Don't give them your afflictions. You're poisoning the minds of your children. Thành ra cái này quan trọng. Thành ra cái gì sống, cuộc sống mình hạnh phúc hay là bất hạnh là tại cái tâm của mình. Tâm mình nó thiền, nó tốt, từ tự động cái lực tốt nó sẽ tới. Còn cái tâm mình mà đen tối, nó toàn chuyện xấu xa nó tới không. Thành ra quan trọng khi mình có con cái, con cháu hướng dắt, hướng dẫn nó một cách là mình nuôi dưỡng những cái tư tưởng lương thiện tốt đẹp. Mình dạy những cái tư tưởng như vậy thì chuyện tốt sẽ tới cho mình. Questions or comments? This is not theory. This is the truth. Cái này không phải là lý thuyết, mà cái này là cái nhân sinh quan. This is nhân sinh quan tiếng Hoa là gì ha? Nhân sinh quan, rỉnh sân quan. This is very important. This is what the Buddhists they have this called rỉnh sân quan, nhân sinh quan, meaning your perspectives on life. You have the proper perspective, good things will happen to you. Yes.
Just a comment that this is, what seems so commonly to happen when we get into these depressive cycles. I mean, just from my own experience, just become so convinced of all these negative beliefs. They attract all this negativity, and then the circumstances get negative, and we use that as evidence of how negative things really are, and it just spirals.
Yes, spirals down. Ông nói cho ví dụ đó là những cái người mà hay chán trường, chán đời đó là tại vì khi mà bắt đầu cái chuyện xấu xảy ra là chỉ chọn những cái chuyện xấu mà nhìn cái nó thôi, thành càng ngày nó càng tệ, càng ngày nó càng suy đồi. Okay, that's very true. You only selectively pick out things that serve your mood, your mental state. Thành khi một cái chuyện nó xảy ra bên ngoài, nó xảy ra thế giới bên ngoài đó, là mình chọn những cái sự kiện nó chứng nhận cái nhân sinh quan của mình. For example, I give an example. I have a disciple who is very smart. Thì có một cái người đệ tử rất là thông minh, very smart, very responsible, very good man. Một người thông minh, người có học thức, người giỏi, okay, người lương thiện, and he misunderstood me, and there as a result he lost faith in me, thought I'm just double face. Vì ông hiểu lầm thầy, vì một phần của lỗi của thầy nữa, thành ra ông tin là thầy là người hai mặt. So what happened is that he spent a long time around me to look for data to validate his viewpoint that I'm a double-faced person. I'm actually a bad person. And once you have enough, it's done. No going back. You create your own world. You paint your own pictures. Thành ra cái người đệ tử của thầy á, là vì hiểu lầm thầy, cũng phần lỗi của thầy nữa, thành là nghĩ là thầy người không lương thiện, người hai mặt. Rồi vì nghĩ như vậy đó, bỏ vài năm để mà tìm cái dữ kiện để chứng minh cái quan niệm mình là đúng. Mà khi mà thành ra mình tự chọn thôi, cứ chọn bất gì diễn ra, chọn cái gì mà xấu để mà tô thêm cái hình ảnh của ông thầy thôi. Cuối cùng toàn hình ảnh xấu không, bỏ cuộc rồi. Chịu không nổi. Mình tự tạo cái thế giới, mình tự tạo cái hình mình thấy, mình muốn thấy gì mình sẽ thấy như vậy thôi. So what I'm saying is that your mind is such a way it will selectively pick things that it wants to see only. That's the scary part about your mind. Okay? Don't judge. That's what I'm saying. Don't judge. Đừng có phán xét người ta. Okay? All right. You agree with that text or not?
I'm sure that most of the truth. I've had so much experience with this. Things going the opposite way than I thought.
Okay, 503. Tấm 513. Sutra text. Subhuti, in the future, if a good man or good woman can receive, hold, read, and recite this sutra, then the Tathagata, by means of all Buddha wisdom, will completely know and see that person. That person accomplishes measureless and boundless merit and virtue. Subhuti, 当来之时，若有善男子、善女人，能于此经受持读诵，则为如来以佛智慧，悉知世人，悉见世人，皆得增chia无量无biên功德. Đức Bồ Đề đời sau nếu có thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân nào có thể thọ trì đọc tụng kinh này thì Như Lai vừa trí huệ Phật mà biết người ấy, thấy người ấy, họ đều thành tựu vô lượng vô biên công đức. This is fascinating. Cái này là cái chuyện tuyệt vời, cái việc không thể. This is inconceivable. You cannot even possibly imagine that for the fact that you're willing to come and learn this, listen to this sutra. Cái chuyện không thể nghĩ bàn được. Nếu quý vị bỏ thì giờ mà tới mà nghe giảng kinh thôi á, the Buddha knows about you. Phật biết quý vị, biết tên quý vị. He keeps an eye on you. Đức Phật á, quá chừng nhìn quý vị. Chỉ như vậy, tới nghe kinh thôi, Phật biết tên quý vị. He knows about you. That's how special you are. You remember when we talk about special in today's lunch? That's how you want to be special, not because I say you're special. The Buddha says you're special. That counts. When I say you're special, that doesn't count. That's a commercial. I'm trying to get money out of you. Okay? That's why I rarely say that, because unless you have a lot of money, I don't say that. The Buddha He's aware of you. Because for the fact you come here and listen to the sutra. Okay? To receive sutra meaning you listen to it. Okay? Any questions about that? This is the Buddha's words, not mine. Cái này là lời của Phật dạy, không phải lời của thầy bịa ra nghe chưa? Thành mấy cái kinh này, cái phước đức nó có bất khả tư nghị. That's why the merit and virtues of this sutras are inconceivable. Inconceivable. Okay? He says that in the future, let me elaborate this section for you. Giảng thêm chi tiết một tí cho quý vị nghe. The Buddha says, after I'm gone, in the future, when my Dharma is vanishing, Ngài nói rằng trong tương lai, sau khi mà Phật nhập Niết Bàn rồi, mà cái Phật Pháp nó đang vào cái thời mạt Pháp, nó đang chết từ từ. Okay. And there is a good person. I explain it to you. Why are you so special? Giảng quý vị nghe tại sao quý vị đặc biệt. Not because I say so, but because the Buddha elaborate these details. Tại vì Đức Phật nói, mô tả những người đặc biệt này. Okay? You understand that? From this, a good person, một người mà thiện. Okay? Meaning that it may not apply to you. Who is this good person? He says, a good person does not indulge in fighting and helps propagate this Dharma. Cái người thiện là cái người mà không tranh giành, mà theo đang giúp hoàng dương cái Pháp này. You help by coming and listen. Because if you don't, I will not explain this. Tại sao quý vị nghĩ rằng quý vị tới ngồi nghe không là đang giúp hoàng dương cái Pháp? Tại quý vị ngồi nghe như vậy thầy mới giảng. Mà quý vị không nghe thầy không giảng nữa. Cái Pháp nó hòn, nó biến mất. If no one listens to it anymore, that's it. The Dharma disappears. It does not get explained. So what you're doing is very important. Tại cái chuyện mà quý vị mà tới nghe thôi là một cái chuyện không thể tưởng tượng được. Okay? See how wonderful it is. The simple act of coming and listening to the sutra creates limitless merit and virtues. Một cái công đức mà tới nghe kinh thôi đó, nó vô lượng vô biên. And so Wu Yin says, then I'm going to just listen to sutra. I'm not going to the kitchen anymore. Cái bà con Ngân bà nói là nếu như vậy thôi, lần tuần sau tôi chỉ ngồi nghe kinh thôi, không cần nấu ăn nữa. Đi đâu? Okay, you understand? And such person is very rare, and because of that, the Buddha are truly mindful and protective of these individuals. Vì quý vị là những cái người hy hữu, thành Phật mới biết đến quý vị và đang nghĩ tới quý vị và đang giúp đỡ quý vị, đang bảo vệ quý vị. Okay? You know, I know this young lady in the back. She never listens to the sutras. She only wants to come here and do her own things and she leaves. You see how blessed she is? She comes in, I explain to her, you know, for this today, you have limitless merit and virtue. You don't have to come back anymore. Just one time. The Buddha knows about you. Thầy giảng gì? Có cái cô này, chị tới đây làm cái việc của cô thôi, là cứ chú nhận đó. Cô cũng thành tâm tới đây cầu khẩn. Anh thầy nói là đặc biệt ngày hôm nay thôi á, cô vào thì cô nghe cái phần này để cho biết rằng cô đã tạo vô lượng công đức. Thành lần sau cô không cần tới chùa nữa, đủ công đức rồi. Xí đó. Tại vì bây giờ Phật đã biết tên tới cô này rồi. Okay, you do it once, the Buddha knows about you. Once. That's how special you are. Okay? (507) 507. Last slide. The Buddhas are mindful of you if you can receive the Vajra Sutra and can respectfully uphold, read or recite from memory. Nếu quý vị có thể thọ cái kinh này và cung kính trì nó, đọc đó hoặc là tụng, nhớ đó. Thì Tathagata we know even more of you and we completely see you. Thì Đức Phật càng ngày càng biết rõ hơn cái vị hơn và sẽ thấy cái vị với cái Phật nhãn của Phật. You see, this is a very important point. Cái hai câu đầu nó quan trọng, cái phần nó quan trọng. Tại sao? You see, when you do the right things, the Buddhas are aware of it. Nếu quý vị làm đúng, làm chuyện đúng, thì Đức Phật, các Phật, chư Phật biết đến quý vị, bảo vệ quý vị, bùng đọc, trùm bọc quý vị. Okay? Why does it say here that you need to give money? Why does it say here that you need to help build a hospital or self-raise money? Được chưa? Thầy hỏi quý vị, ở chỗ nào trong kinh nói là quý vị phải cần cúng tiền cho chùa? Ở chỗ nào nói quý vị phải giúp chùa xây cái nhà thương? Không có. You see? All right? And that person accomplishes measureless and boundless merit and virtue. Người đó tạo vô lượng vô biên công đức. Okay? And where are they found? They're nowhere. If you're not attached to any of these, just keep on doing the right things, the kind of merit and virtue will continue to accrue. Đây là cái pháp Phật dạy đó, là quý vị không cần tham những cái loại vô lượng vô biên công đức này, cứ tiếp tục làm thì tự động nó sẽ thêm, nó sẽ có thêm, tự động nó tăng trưởng. Mình không cần tham. You don't need to be greedy. Just do the right things and they multiply. Okay? We don't need to, every time you give me food, the measureless, limited mercy, measureless merit and virtue. Oh, please. Giống như thầy, quý vị biết không? Thầy tới mấy cái chỗ khác mà mỗi lần người ta đưa một cái cúng một cái tô cơm cho người xuất gia, người xuất gia, ông thầy nói vô lượng công đức, vô lượng vô biên công đức. Okay, that's too cheap. Okay, any questions or comments? You do things. This is consistent with giving and not being attached to the form. Cái này nó trong cái tinh thần của bố thí mà không chấp vào cái tướng, không chấp vào cái sắc của bố thí. Okay. All right. 508. Any questions before we end today? Có ai có thắc mắc gì không trước khi chúng ta chấm thức ngày hôm nay? Okay, you have no questions, then we can do the transference. Okay, có thì chúng ta hồi hướng công đức. May these merits and virtues adorn the Buddha's Pure Land, repaying the four kinds of kindness above, in a threefold paths below. May those who see and hear all bring forth a bony mind. And when this retribution body is done, be all born of land of utmost bliss. 南无大智文殊师利菩萨，南无大智文殊师利菩萨，南无大智文殊师